not know the word EMAW, but they do in Manhattan, Kansas. It means every man a Wildcat. And inside Bill Snyder Family Stadium, virtually every man, woman, and child is a Wildcat and loves Kansas State. What a game we have in store for you today. A Big 12 showdown, and the implications could last for the rest of the season. As we'll see, the Cincinnati Bearcats taking on the 17th ranked team in the land, the Kansas State Wildcats. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. Kansas State ready to kick it off to get things underway. He'll take the return and try to improve the field position. And the returner will be knocked down. So the Cincinnati Bearcats will have some work to do after that short return. This has an old-school feel to it as this running back makes his way onto the field, and all eyes are fixed. They are glued on him.
Yeah, the old school, because nowadays it's usually quarterbacks and the other guys that get all the attention, but this guy's so good, he is the focal point. He's the guy everybody's looking to. He's the tone setter. He's the physical bell cow for this team. He will get the rock early and often.
After the 9-yard pickup on first down, here's 2nd and 1. One running back in the backfield, and he has it. Tackled after picking up the first down.
Well, the defense knew coming into this one it was going to be a physical game. Guys are going to have to be great at the point of attack and get off blocks and make tackles. They couldn't stop the offense from picking up that first down on that run play.
Now on 1st and 10 from the 29. Here's the handoff. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Listen, I know there are a lot of DBs out there that all they want to do is get interceptions and dance in the end zone. This dude likes to put his face in the fan, get close to the line of scrimmage, and tackle. And on the opening drive that he's out there, he gets a huge tackle for loss early. That is a statement play.
This offense looking at a 3rd down after that last completion. To throw, it's Sorsby. He's got his man. Good tackle there to stop him short of the first down, and now they have to make a call.
Ooh, and that's a nice sigh of relief for the defense too, right? There was a broken tackle. The guy made it look like he was going to pick up the first, but because of great effort defensively, they were able to get the stop, and now they're setting up for it.
Desperately wanted to keep the ball, but they did not. So Kansas State's offense will try to get something going with their first possession. Here are our impact players for this game, and it goes beyond executing an assignment to make an impact.
Yeah, obviously we were talking to both coaching staffs this week, and we asked them who needs to step up and play well. They immediately pointed to these guys right here. They are the key for their respective teams.
Yeah, and they don't always show up in the box score, but these are the guys that are the leaders. These are the guys getting everybody organized and have to play well for their team to succeed.
Coming after him. Buys a little time. Oh, sick, nasty move, and he's loose. And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Defense might bring the house here. Fires to the wideout. Got his man. Tight windows, no problem to grab the tackle, and it's first down in the red zone at the 10. Kansas State has it with another 1st and 10. Using his legs, it's Giddens. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. The give to the tailback. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Kansas State.
The best running backs are the guys that can just sniff out the end zone. That running back showed you all of his freakish ability on that play.
And they tacked on the extra point.
Cincinnati.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And here's the return. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. Here comes the Cincinnati offense back on the field. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the fourth down, and it led to the scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and those are frustrating because you think you might get points and then your defense gives up points. This has got to be a complementary football type deal. The offense now needs to provide a little spark and give this defense some hope.
No doubt, David. They got to turn the page, and they've got to play with a little bit more urgency here, knowing they've got to get that one back and put a good drive together.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop. And the quarterback goes down all the way back at his 4-yard line. And the Bearcats will call on their punt team. Here's the punt, and he's done better. Not much on that one. Great spot to start this drive for the offense. To the air on first down. Throws to the wideout. He's got it. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. Now inside the 20, 1st and 10 from the 18. Use the play fake, now to throw. He's going to be able to pick up a few yards before the slide.
Yeah, I think you're just seeing the experience this guy has, right? He's so poised that initially he's flushed out of the pocket, nothing's open, and he doesn't panic. He's not throwing it away.
He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Wildcats. A methodical drive that they finish off by tossing it to the tight end.
And the tight end, I tell you what, this is a position that's evolved so much, right? And you see him move all over the field. It's kind of like, where is Waldo? You got to find this big fella, especially down in the red zone area. This is the guy they're going to target and make the big play, get the touchdown.
Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Now the defense will try to keep them on this end on 3rd and short from the 21. Back to pass, it's Sorsby. Finds his big tight end. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he's stopped, and it'll be 1st down. Extra blockers on the field. Offense goes full house. And they try the middle of this defense, and that is not happening. Here comes the offense on 2nd down. Off play action. And the quarterback is snowed under.
The play-action pass success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You could tell defense was not buying it, got in the backfield, got the big play.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to push it downfield. Working the middle. And he gets it to the 44-yard line. It'll be a 1st down. The Bearcats are moving quickly down the field. They'll leave it with him. Powers through the defender. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. He's looking to throw. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you could tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
They'll move the chains. Good execution on third down. They've got it at the 41. The Bearcats have it with a 1st and 10. It's a draw. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
They try to go draw, but there's just way too much penetration in the middle of the offensive line, and that the offense has a negative play.
Grabbed in the middle. It's Johnson. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground cover to pick up the first. Defense trying to come up with a stop on 3rd and short from the 37. From the gun, wants to pass. Flushed out of the pocket. Going to try to get it himself. He goes out of bounds after a solid gain on the play.
And the quarterback's in the pocket, and he decides to take off and scramble and just couldn't get to the 1st down marker. You could tell he wanted to pass the football. Maybe it wasn't there. Maybe he scrambled a little bit too soon. But usually when you take off, you better know you're going to get close to that 1st down marker or get it.
Now on 1st and 10 from the 27. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. Kept it on the ground last time. Let's see if they go back to it on 2nd down. Now they're going to throw it. Pressure coming. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34. I'm not positive, but that 1st down marker might be in the next county. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. And on 4th down, they'll try to put 3 on the board. Looks as if this will be a 51-yard attempt. That is no good. Guys, a missed field goal and nothing changes. Still a 14-point game. And here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. They'll go to the ground. And they'll stop him just short of the 1st down, just inches away from moving the sticks. 2nd and very short here for the offense. Off the boot, looking for his man. Extending the play. Still on his feet at the 45. Good for a Wildcat. Kansas State pushing the pace. He wants to throw. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the 1st down. Now on 2nd down. Well, this defense wants to bring some pressure. Johnson wants to throw it. Takes the easy one to the back. He steps out of bounds, but it will be enough for a 1st down. K-State trying to cannonball their way to a score from the red zone. Handoff to the single running back. Noses his way forward, maybe gets one. They'll mark it at the 18. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Feeling some heat. Just had to get rid of that one to save the yardage on 3rd down. Now it looks as if they'll settle for the field goal try. The holder will spot it about 35 yards out. And this one splits the uprights. And now the lead is even bigger. So after the last drive ended with a field goal, the kickoff team out there to send it away. And he takes this from inside the 5. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. Here comes the Cincinnati offense back on the field. We talk about settling for points, but sometimes when you have to settle for nothing, David, it can be demoralizing.
Yeah, and it can definitely be frustrating. And I think it leads you to say maybe I go for it more. But, Jesse, I think this offense just needs to put another drive together and just finish stronger.
Yeah, and be a little bit less predictable, too, especially as they get closer and closer down to the end zone.
Looking to throw on second down. Fires to the right. He's got it. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs.
This guy just is so comfortable running routes, and he has such a good feel for those soft spots on defense there. They're playing zone coverage, so he's able to find that pocket, make it easy on his quarterback, and they pick up the first down.
The incompletion on first down. Now they face a 2nd and 10 from the 31. Moving the running back, trying to get the D to tip its hand. Grabbed over the middle. It's Turner. And after the tackle, we are headed to the end of the first quarter.
He ends up getting tackled at the 34-yard line. Third down coming.
Guys, it's Kansas State who carries the lead into the quarter break. They came out and jumped on them early in the first. Let's take a break and look at the first quarter stats. Now the challenge here, they've taken a punch, but they can't let it get out of hand as we start the second. Now facing a third down as they line up after the break. Quarterback checking the play. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game.
Delay of game. Offense.
Offense took a little bit too much time at the line there. Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. Looking to throw it again. Their pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. And the Bearcats will send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. On the return, it's Edwards. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. K-State has the ball back, and the Power Cat offense returns to the field. They kicked a field goal on the last drive, Jesse. They've got the lead. Don't make a dumb mistake, but maintain your aggressive play calling.
Yeah, no doubt. I think it's the play caller right now just taking a look at that script he's got in front of him and finding out where are my playmakers, who can we take advantage of on this defense to get a touchdown here.
Yeah, and just keep moving the ball down the field. Just execute a little bit better in the red zone. There's no need to panic. We're moving the football, and we got the lead.
Quarterback had everything he wanted there. He knew pre-snap exactly where he was going. Of course he was going to be going towards his primary target. He just can't hook up with the completion.
Johnson looking to throw. Fires to the tight end. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. Kansas State will have to punt it away. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. Fields the punt and tries to find an opening. The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. They just haven't been able to get anything going, and they better get started or it's going to get away from them, David.
Yeah, and these are the weeks that you really wish that you were playing a video game and you could just reset the console, start over, Jesse, and make something better happen early.
It just looked like they're sleepwalking in this first half, and it's not just one guy. They just haven't been playing collectively as a unit. And if I'm the head coach, I'm considering starting to give some other dudes some chances here.
He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he stopped, and it'll be first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking for room. It's Kiner. Not much he could do there. Does pick up 2 to the 34.
The run game just has not been working for this offense all game long. You saw it on that last play as well. Just not getting enough push up front on the offensive line. They haven't been physical.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Now facing a 3rd and long. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that 3rd down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. And here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. They missed an opportunity to extend this lead the last time they had it, Jesse.
Yeah, they got to be able to regain that momentum, right? Go back to what was working earlier on in this one. And, David, to me, that starts with being the more physical team.
No, I definitely agree. Being the more physical team, but understanding the situation of the game. You're still winning. You got the football back. Now put a nice drive together and execute.
Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Quarterback tried to scramble around for a while, but the defense able to bring him down. Now the offense has to overcome the negative play after the defense comes up with a sack. Snagged in the middle, it's Jackson. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. And he intercepts it. He'll try to take it back. Touchdown, Bearcats! A great return for the touchdown. Any return for a touchdown is a great one to a defense. The DB saw it. He thought, don't drop it, don't drop it. Then thought, don't get caught. And he didn't. The pick 6.
These guys can play offense, too. Now, look at this. I showed you I can be a wide receiver. Coach might split him out at wide receiver next week after making that big play. But defense, great job making the interception. And you're right, doing something with it. Don't just slide down. Don't be content. Take that thing all the way back, brother.
And the returner is brought down, but there is a flag on the play.
Return team.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. A long way to go for this offense. The give to the back. Drives into the pile just to pick up a 1. They'll spot it at the 10. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. These corners backing off a bit. Johnson wants to throw it. Get it out on the screen. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a 1st down.
Well, a nice gainer on that running back screen. And how about the offensive line getting downfield and getting blocks to really help out the back, find some space to go to work?
Might have led him a little too far. He's able to make the catch, but can't get the feet down in bounds. Still at their own 20 after that last incompletion. It's 2nd and 10. Trying to make that rush think on the draw play here. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Fires and picked off. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Leaves it with the back. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
You know, runs like this oftentimes are like a boxer in a boxing match. Obviously, it's not a knockout punch, but these are body blows. And as the game goes on, these small gains are going to turn into longer runs.
They get him on the ground, but not before he rumbles all the way to the 5.
Wow, the running back there showing you his skill set as he's able to rip off that one for a 1st down.
They'll run it on 1st and goal. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. And the Bearcats want to move quickly. Got it back on 2nd and goal. Just hammer it with this running back again, and he noses his way into the end zone. Well, just as you would expect, that didn't take very long.
It didn't, Reese, and you've got to make great field position count. When you've got opportunities, you got to pay it off. And the offense took advantage, scoring a touchdown. Didn't have far to go, but they got the points they needed.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. On the move from inside his 5. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. K-State has the ball back and the Power Cat offense returns to the field. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over, move it behind you. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think the coaching staff can help him too, David. I think you can get the running game going here and also give him some easy throws.
It continues to be a long day as they are just swarming every time he gets the ball. Johnson looking to throw. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. Makes the catch down the right side. Can anyone catch him? Touchdown, Kansas State! Once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
Speed kills this offense. They've got multiple guys that can burn you. You can see it doesn't take them long to light up the scoreboard.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown.
Kansas State, 24. Cincinnati.
On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Here comes the Cincinnati offense back on the field. The deficit here is just 10 points, David, so a chance to answer here.
Plenty of time left in this football game. No need to panic. This offense just has to put a couple drives together. And listen, the defense will get this back and get some stops from and get you the football game.
And I think here too, David, you have an opportunity to keep the pressure on the opponent. Yeah, they just went down and scored, but you score here, and this game's still tight. You keep their feet to the fire, so an opportunity here to keep applying that pressure.
And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit. Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves him with a 3rd and 6. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. It's caught downfield. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs. The Bearcats getting set on 1st and 10. Leaves it with the running back. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Back to pass, it's Sorsby. They're bringing heat. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
Well, you got to love that if you're on defense because you were able to affect the quarterback with pressure and you only rushed 3 guys. Well done.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. And that play just looked to be a mess from the snap, and he's run out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage. The Bearcats decide to punt it away. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. And here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make because they got to stop the bleeding right here.
Caught in the backfield, it's Johnson. And they do a really good job. Not as easy as it looks to get those blocks. And he picks up the 1st down. A new set of downs after the completion. The give to the lone running back. And he has had a long day at the office, not to mention the backfield, as the defense has been all over him. They'll run it from the gun. Really good pickup on second down there. Leaves them with 3rd and 2.
Just a simple power play. Power football. Be strong, be big, be physical. Make it a fourth-quarter game. Make them feel you. Keep them off balance.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, they're trying to go with the QB designed run, but nice job defensively. They were not fooled by it. They were physical up front, and guys defeating blocks, able to get that tackle for loss.
Finds him out of the backfield. They make the stop, but not before the screen has hit him for a first down and much more. Really good execution by this offense. Power football with the run. Noses ahead to the 30-yard line, a pickup of 1. Second down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. The play-action fake. Fires to the right. Makes the grab. There was tight coverage, but a perfect throw and catch, and they've got it at the 9, 1st and goal. This offense has been a juggernaut, and they have a chance to pad their total just before halftime. Defense showing blitz, trying to rattle this quarterback. He's got it. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. Johnson wants to throw it. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line. It's still 3rd and goal. They're going to throw it again. Keeps looking downfield. Got to protect the merchandise. Gets down without taking a hit. They'll try to put 3 on the board as the field goal unit comes on. And he'll try to knock through a short one, his 2nd of the day. This one from 23. Never a doubt. And that will extend their lead even further. So they put the field goal on the board and about to kick it away, and hoping that'll be the final points of this first half. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. A first down for the offense. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. They're going to throw it to start the drive. He wants to go deep. And that will be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter if they could have done it, but second down coming. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. They go to the draw. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. 4 punts already, and they've got to convert here to avoid a 5th. The sweet feet buy a little time. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down.
This is why everybody grows up and wants to be an offensive coordinator and not a defensive coordinator, because he can do that. He drops back. He's supposed to pass, but you know what? I'll just scramble around, and I'll just go get plenty of yards and pick them up and put them down. And I'm faster than most of your other guys, too, so good luck stopping him.
And they'll spot it at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the first down. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. And the Bearcats will have it 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. Pulls it in. It's Turner. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line warp speed for second down. Looking to take a shot. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on second down. Now it's 3rd down.
DB does an outstanding job here on the deep pass. Locating the football. No PI. Able to swat it away. Pass incomplete.
Looking to throw at Sorsby. Scrambling away. At midfield, he's got room. And he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38. They'll rush to the line. Clock stopped for the first down. They'll set the chains and wind the clock. Looking to move it through the air. Sends it downfield. The pass falls incomplete, and there are 8 seconds left.
Nice job in coverage there. Offense trying to take a shot downfield. The defender able to tip that one up in the air and force it incomplete.
On second down, he'll try to make the connection. He'll take another shot here. And he got a hand on it to knock it down in the end zone.
Yeah, and I like the shot, the aggressive play down the field. And we like throwing those jump balls up to my receiver because usually the receiver makes the play and makes the defender look bad. Nice job by the defender getting a hand on it, tipping that ball away from the wide receiver.
Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Going back to the well, another deep ball. It's incomplete, and they tried to get one on the board before the break and couldn't quite make the connection. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Men, it should come as no surprise that we have ourselves a fun matchup in Manhattan. And you know, in a day where the spread option and air raid are the offenses of choice, how nice is it to see the 3 yards and a cloud of dust approach? Although we've also seen some runs go for a lot longer. Physical offensive lines coupled with great backs is like a throwback to the olden days, and that's refreshing. And with that, let's send it back to the guys inside Bill Snyder Family Stadium.
Thanks for that halftime report, Kevin. He'll bring it out. It's Edwards. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. K-State has the ball back, and the Power Cat offense returns to the field. And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9.
Well, the QB decided to keep it on that one. And listen, if you had his athleticism, you'd want to keep it too. Almost every time they run these types of option plays. But he's just going to have to do a good job of understanding when to hand it off, when to pitch it, and try to keep this defense on their heels and read his keys. He's got a lot of talent. Just got to make sure he's making the right decisions moving forward.
Pinned just inside their own 20. They need to convert on 3rd and short. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. K-State sends the punt team onto the field, ready to boot it away. He'll take it on the return. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. Line gets set. 1st down. Out of the gun. The running back has it. Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Out of the gun, the give to the back. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run. If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a 3rd down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. He's got the tight end. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll give it to the back. Not a whole lot of room as he gets a couple inside the 30 to the 29.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Caught, close to the marker, it's Turner. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a 1st down. The Bearcats are marching down the field. They'll try to pop the draw. And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing? Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Getting some heat. A pickup of 8 now to convert this 3rd and 2. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. It's a draw. They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop.
Well, as soon as the running back got the ball, there was just absolutely nowhere for him to go. It just seemed like the D-line built a wall up front.
Yeah, and a great job. You're thinking pass right away because the draw is supposed to look like a pass first, rushing upfield, but then seeing it, reacting to it, and making sure they let that ball go nowhere. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, got him in the backfield quick.
He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater. The Bearcats moving quickly to the line. Touchdown, Cincinnati! And the comeback is on. Great example of how a second half can really change everything for a team.
No doubt. First half looked bad. It looked like it was bleak. It looked like it was ugly. But now you're starting to get it turned around. More drives like this is what's needed.
Ready to try the point after. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. They went 54 yards on that last touchdown drive. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge.
21.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Returner will field it and try to get some field position. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. And here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. After giving up that last touchdown, they still got the lead, but now feeling a little bit of pressure to answer with one of their own, David.
And it gets a little bit tight. Listen, we're getting later in the ball game. This offense punted last time. They got to find a few plays, Palmer, that they really love here. Steal some momentum back in this ball game.
They do, David, and after watching their defense just get gashed down the field that last drive, the dream drive for this offense would be to matriculate the ball down the field, eat up some clock, and finish it off with a touchdown.
Johnson looking to throw. Quickly to the tight end. Knocked down at the 26 after ripping off 10 there. They'll snap it from the 26 on first down. The running back has it. Runs through the tackle. Squirts across the 30 to the 32, a pickup of 5. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. The give to the back. Breaks a tackle and he's got room. Running toward the tape. He's at the 10. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Wildcats! What an explosive eruption into the end zone by this running back.
And this back does it a lot, that he makes big plays. When you can make big plays like this, it makes everybody's job easier. Oh, we can play action. Oh, we can throw it. But it starts with the run game, and this guy's setting everything up.
35. Cincinnati, 21.
Out of the end zone. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
And the Bearcats want to pick up the tempo. They move the tight end all over. They'll keep it on the ground. Fights off a defender. Dismisses another dude. Just a savvy, veteran, productive run from this junior. And the Bearcats have it with a 1st and 10. Looking for space, it's Pryor. And he broke one tackle on the way to a solid pickup there.
Yeah, this coaching staff, they're getting this offensive line lathered up and into a rhythm. Now they're letting them drive off the ball on 1st down on these running plays, and they're getting chunks of yardage.
He is tackled, but it'll be a fresh set of downs.
And, you know, big chunks like this don't happen unless you commit to the run game. You got to get those big boys up front into the game, understanding I want to knock people off the football, create some holes like you do here for my running back, make the game easy.
They go to the ground. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
And they make the tackle, but he has plenty for the 1st down.
This offense has to get this guy the ball in as many ways as possible. He showed you all of his tools on that last play.
Running back searching for a hole. Finds just enough room to pick up a couple down to the 26. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game.
Delay of game. Offense.
That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock. They've put this ball on lockdown. 8th play of the drive coming up. To the air, it's Sorsby. Moving away from pressure. Just a short pass to the tight end. Stumbled to the ground.
I know it's something we take for granted, guys, but the Q did a great job there with the play-action fake. He really took his time and sold it. And that's what froze the linebackers in the 2nd level of the defense to help make that completion a whole lot easier.
Quickly complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have enough for the 1st down. Defense has to be frustrated. The offense keeps matriculating and matriculating and matriculating the ball down the field. There to stop him after a pickup of 3. It's down to the 15. Got 3 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 7. Keeping it on the ground with the single back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
It's an offense that takes pride in being physical. They try to get it going on the ground, but no gain on that one.
Just nowhere to run. Not a lot of wiggle room for the ball carrier.
This defense came in knowing that they had to match their physicality. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Oh, there's the ball. And they put it on the deck, but it gets out of bounds to avoid the turnover.
Man, that's one of those where you just go, dadgummit, if we had a little bit more space. Nice job creating the fumble, but just running out of real estate, not able to land on it. Man, you just get a little bit frustrated because you wanted that turnover. You caused the fumble. You just couldn't secure it.
On 4th down, they'll pass for it. Trot, and the ball's out, and they're after it. Everybody needs a little luck, and the offense just got it by falling on that fumble. Desperately wanted to convert on 4th down, but couldn't do it. To the ground with the back. And you can forget running in the middle against this defense. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Johnson wants to throw it. And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Safe completion on the screen. Defense was not fooled by that screen to the back, and they'll stop him short of the marker. It'll be 4th down. Kansas State will have to punt it away. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. Makes the catch, and now looking for just a little bit of daylight. Looking for running room, he'll get it to the 43-yard line before he stopped. Here comes the Cincinnati offense back on the field. Boy, that last drive, they had a chance to put 3 on the board and passed. This one needs to be productive, David.
I got no problem with aggressiveness. It was a pretty decent drive. This offense isn't fully clicking yet. They need to get in a little better rhythm, and they need to capitalize on those scoring opportunities.
And they've got the weapons to do that too, David. They've got guys that can make plays in space. They need to focus on them and get them the ball in the strike.
Brought down to the ground, but he has enough for the 1st down. They've got it. 1st and 10 at the 42. The give is to Williams. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop. Got 6 on 1st down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. Give to the running back. He showed it all there. A little elusiveness, a little power, and he's got the 1st down.
Well, no surprise. I mean, with the way they're running the ball early in this game, they're just going to keep doing it. And they're just not hammering out 2, 3, 4-yard gains. They're gashing this defense. You saw it right there.
And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down. The Bearcats come to the line in the hurry-up. Run in the red zone. It's Williams. Dragged down to the turf, but not before getting the 1st down. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped for no gain on the final play of the 3rd quarter. 4th quarter is coming up. Guys, it's Kansas State who carries the lead into the quarter break. And they've built a comfortable lead after 3 quarters of play. Let's take a look at how we've gotten here. 1 more quarter to play, and it might be unlikely, but hey, it's college football. Comebacks happen. They love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. The run up the middle, looking for the score. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4. If they can get it in here, we could have a thrilling end to this game. It is 3rd and goal. Scanning the field, it's Sorsby. Touchdown, Bearcats! A Lazarus-like comeback is underway. Before that score, considering last rites, now all of a sudden, they're not dead yet. In fact, they're feeling much better, and they're alive, and they've got a chance.
And I'm looking on the field right now. I'm looking at their sideline. They're energized, Reese. After that last score, all of a sudden, they believe they can come back and win this game. This is a totally different-looking team than what we saw earlier.
K-State has the ball back, and the Power Cat offense returns to the field. And they've got a little bit of a cushion here, David. If they can add to it on this drive, it would be nice.
And it definitely makes a little bit of a difference. Knowing I'm up by more than a field goal, obviously, Jesse, my mindset switches, and I know I can't make mistakes.
Yeah, and David, I don't think they have to reinvent the wheel on offense here. What they've been calling has been working. Just get back to doing what you're good at.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. They'll try the run. Smashes through. That hole closed quickly, a pickup of 1 to the 15. This defense has kept them backed up. Now 1 more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Looking for a deep man. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down. K-State sends the punt team onto the field, ready to boot it away. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. A fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. Ready to fire from the pistol. Gonna run it. It's Pryor. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe. 2nd and 7.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep 3rd downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on 1st down.
Back to throw, it's Sorsby. Buys a little time.
It's going to be tough on this defense containing this guy because he's got that sixth sense to get outside the pocket, and at that point, he's throwing it and hurting you, or you can take off and run. That time able to get the first down. Big challenge for the defense moving forward.
Using his legs to buy some time. Good little pickup there as he saw some daylight and got what he could.
You see a lot of quarterbacks get in trouble when they start forcing things. He did a really good job. He wanted to throw the football. You could tell. Drops back. Nothing open. It's okay. I'm just going to take off, get what I can get.
Brings him down at the 27-yard line. It's a pickup of 15 and a first down for this offense. The Bearcats are flying down the field. Here's the handoff. They pull him down after a 4-yard gain down to the 24.
And it's just simple. Simple first down run, showing your physicality, setting your offense up in a good spot.
The give to the tailback. They finally get him on the ground with a big running play moves to change for the first down. And they are looking to pull even with a touchdown here in the fourth quarter. A first down run on the doorstep. Pushes ahead for 2 to the 7-yard line. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Bearcats! Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
And he knocks it through for the tie here in the fourth quarter. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. And here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
He just had no rhythm.
It's a fumble! And the fumble goes out of bounds. They'll maintain possession, actually picked up yardage on the play. And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. So the officials take a closer look, and the replay booth will overturn the call. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. On the move, it's Giddens. Picks his way and gets 4 out to the 27.
I think you run that play on 2nd down knowing it's going to make 3rd down easy. You're not trying to hit a home run. You don't need the big play right now. Now you know 3rd down, everything's on the table, everything's available, high success rate.
You know this sophomore has a big arm, and there were some revolutions on that one. Comes out throwing on first down. Using the quick game.
Nice quick throw there. And it's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find a rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate and easy throw. And you can tell that these two guys, they rep that play in practice all the time, and it's now showing up here.
They've got it at the 41, 3rd and short, trying to keep the chains moving. They'll try to run for it. And he'll have enough for the first down at the 42. And the Wildcats come to the line with a new set of downs. Johnson looking to throw. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away. 2nd and 10 after the previous play. They'll run play action. Unloads to the wideout. And his throw is incomplete. They'll come to the line at the 42, facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. Kansas State will have to punt it away. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. He's able to pick his way for just a bit, but he'll be stopped at the 18. Good job by the punt team. Here comes the Cincinnati offense back on the field. This could be a real turning point in the game. They scored a touchdown. They got to stop. And now a chance to break the tie.
Yeah, this offense has got it cooking, man. And how about the defense? Great job getting that stop, getting the football right back to the hot hand. Now this offense, Palmer, has a chance to take the lead.
You can see the offense, too. They understand the situation right now. They were jonesing on the sidelines to get another opportunity to run back on the field. They are ready to drive this ball and go score.
Linebackers have such an amazing responsibility. Got to play run, got to play pass. How about this? Seeing the run aggressively, getting downhill, and getting in the backfield and making a tackle for a loss.
They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll leave it with him. Oh, it's loose. How in the world did the offense retain possession?
You know, these running backs have to keep 5 points of pressure on the ball, especially against this defense that prides themselves on creating takeaways. And the offense, real lucky they jumped on that one.
At the 45 on its way.
You know, they pride themselves on being physical at the point of attack, dominating at the line of scrimmage. Nice job there picking up the first down.
They'll go to the ground. A most efficient pickup of 6 on first down. It's 2nd and 4. The give to the back. They make the stop at the 33, but 10 yards on that play and a first down. This drive has been exclusively on the ground. Could they be setting up a shot play? Leaves it with the back. Trying to pound their way forward. He picks up a couple to the 31. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Leaves it with the running back. Noses ahead to the 30-yard line, a pickup of 1. Third and long from the 30-yard line, in this defense hoping to knock them out of field goal range. Dropping back, it's Sorsby. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down. Power football with the run. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. They feed him again. Bounces over the top. And he finds his way out of bounds real close to the goal line there, knocking on the door. And this offense can just about taste taking the lead in the fourth quarter, but you do want to be careful. Touchdown, Cincinnati! And they grab the advantage, taking the lead here in the fourth.
This defense is going to have to do a better job being physical. That's 2 rushing touchdowns they've now allowed. They have got to be better close to the line of scrimmage.
And he puts through the extra point. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll start the return inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. K-State has the ball back, and the Power Cat offense returns to the field. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense needs to get their heads out of there, you-know-what.
The punter's on the sideline with the oxygen mask right now. He's been playing so much. He's not used to this. This offense, they just got to stay on the field. They've got to put a drive together and get some balance going, running and throwing the ball.
Johnson wants to throw it. And a missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free, and fourth down is coming up. K-State sends the punt team onto the field, ready to boot it away. And these guys have been busy. 6th punt of the day. He only needs a sliver of daylight. The coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. And now that cushion is a little bit smaller, Jesse, and any mistake would get magnified.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure now on this offense too, David. I think they got to go back to their playmakers and get these guys going in the game.
No doubt, find those plays you know you can run them in your sleep. You make sure you execute, build this lead a little bit bigger, put this thing away in the fourth quarter.
Smart move to keep it on the ground.
Well, this offense thinks that they have enough left in the tank here to run the football and run all the time off the clock. They got the lead late. Didn't get the first down on that last one, but it's not going to surprise anybody if they turn around and hand it off again here.
They'll give it to the back. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down. Big third down play here. If they get a stop, you'll see an immediate timeout. They'll try to bully their way for the first. That just never had a chance as they controlled the middle of the field and stopped him in the backfield on third down.
Yeah, they're just going to need more push up front. There was nowhere for that running back to go. The offensive line got moved right back into his lap, and as a result, they lose yards on it.
They have the lead in a one-possession game, but they're thinking deliver the knockout blow, but this carries big-time risk on fourth down. And I don't think they got it snapped before the play clock ran out. The delay of game pushes the offense back. And the Bearcats will line up to punt it away. Fair catch was called for, but there is a flag on the play, and we'll have to sort it out.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. So the offense keeps its drive alive thanks to the roughing the punter penalty. The give to the back. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. They go to the ground. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. A manageable distance on third down as they try to convert from the 20. The Bearcats get it past the sticks.
No mystery on that play. With the lead, we are going to run the ball. You know it's coming, and we are running right at you, right into the teeth of the defense, and they're still able to get a nice gain.
Running back searching for a hole. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about.
Holding.
That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. The Bearcats hope to be able to run out the clock in this final minute. Give to the back. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. I think they'd keep it on the ground here to drain as much time as possible off that clock and hold on to this lead. The give to the back. Bulls his way forward. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. A third down try for the offense. Looking downfield, it's Sorsby. And as the ball falls incomplete, the clock strikes 0. Well, how about this one? A fun one. These guys came in as underdogs, and they walk out as the winner.
They didn't care they were unranked. That's not what they were worried about. Oh, this team's ranked. They weren't looking at them any different. They were looking to come in and get the W and execute. Great job believing they could come, Jesse, and knock them off.
Yeah, you're right, David. This team came in with something to prove, and they knew they had a national audience that was going to be paying attention to this game. What a great job going out under the lights, big-time stage against a ranked opponent, and really putting their A game out there on the field.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.